Hey guys, LevelCap here. It's Thursday, which means DICE has a new unlock available in Battlefield 5, and this one is the Type 2A, an absolute beast of an SMG that you will definitely want to get. I'll be talking about the stats, the details, the review of it in just a second, but first, if you want to actually unlock the gun, here's the process. First, you want to kill 3 enemies or revive 3 friendlies, then you have an option to go 3 different routes. I found the upper 2 routes far easier and quicker than the bottom path. If you go for the 5 headshot route, getting the jungle carbine with the medic class was one of the easiest ways to do that. It was 5 headshots and a life, no problem. Then you have the option of trying to get 3 katana kills, which I almost did. I had 2 katana kills right away and then died and wasn't able to get a katana for a little bit. You can go the resupply route, and if you do that, which I did, I would recommend maybe joining a game of Breakthrough where you're constantly around a lot of teammates, and then you can just spam throw ammo packs or drop ammo boxes near them. And you should be able to get the resupply, but it'll take a little while. This was probably one of the more grindy parts of this progression tree. And in retrospect, it might have actually been faster had I just focused on getting another katana kill. The next step is extremely easy to do, especially on Breakthrough. To get 25 spots, just get the recon class and shoot some flares over your enemy areas. If it's on Breakthrough, it'll be a very dense location. And I had the 25 spots in probably less than a minute of starting the match. It was incredibly fast. Then the final step is to kill 200 enemies or revive 200 friendlies as a squad. So obviously your personal contribution means a lot, but if your squad is killing a lot of enemies or reviving, this will go way faster. I completed it on Breakthrough. You could do it on TDM or any of the other game modes, but I would probably recommend Breakthrough or TDM for the fastest results. Now, if you're watching this video review a bit after the assignment has ended and it's no longer available, well, you should be able to just buy the weapon using company coin. Now, a lot of weapons in Battlefield 5 require you to upgrade them to at least rank 4 so that you can get those progression tree unlocks that are going to make them perform a lot better. Well, the Type 2A, also known as the Nambu Type 2A, Nambu being the company that developed the weapon, is actually quite good from the start. You have a 30-round magazine and a 1,000+ round per minute rate of fire, making it incredibly lethal right away. Granted, you're going to be more limited to getting about a kill per magazine with this weapon until you get a extended mag upgrade. Now, there are 2 paths to go with the progression tree, and this is going to be one of the bigger questions you ask yourself or decide as you're outfitting this weapon. Of course, you can always experiment with both sides. Do you want to go with the 50-round magazine, or do you want to go with a rate of fire increase? If you go with the rate of fire increase, you'll get one of the fastest killing SMGs in the game. It's already one of the fastest killing SMGs in the game, but you'll get something that's even faster. But your likelihood of killing multiple targets with a single magazine is very low. So if you're going to use this weapon as something to down an entire squad of players or room clear, you're probably going to want the extended mag, which is the route that I went. And oh my God, was I not disappointed. This gun makes me forget that there was a 5.2 update. It absolutely shreds people. Granted, its damage drop off at range is not particularly impressive. It's got somewhat controllable recoil, so you can land quite a few shots at range, but you're going to have slower muzzle velocity. Obviously not intended for long range fighting, but you can make it work in a pinch, especially once you get that 50-round mag. You'll have enough bullets to try and make it work. But in close quarters, this thing is just beautiful. It's like a P90 for anyone who likes their modern weapons. It shoots fast, has a big magazine, and can just clear out the competition. Definitely one of your biggest threats in close quarters is going to be a shotgun, but beyond that, you're really only going to be worried about some of the other powerhouse SMGs, and even then, maybe not all that worried. Now let's talk about the full progression tree. For this, I went left, right, and then left. The final left side progression tree gives you a little bit more hipfire accuracy, which is definitely useful. And if you go left as the first one, it'll give you a slightly faster ability to shoot from the hip after running, which I think is very useful. That doesn't mean though that you're going to want to negate the aimed fire. The aimed fire for this weapon is low recoil, very precise, and you can chain headshots together and drop people insanely fast. It's a good feel feeling weapon. There's nothing slow or sluggish or painful about this gun unless you start using it at further ranges. Otherwise, the animation and the mechanics of it feel really nice. When it comes to optics, I went with the 1.25 times. That's just the one that I prefer. Whatever works best for you, but that optic does allow me to really keep my shots on target. And using this weapon in TDM was an absolute blast. TDM is kind of the perfect game mode to try out this gun because it's very close quarters, very fast-paced and hectic. Exactly where the Type 2A is going to excel. If you're using this gun in, say, Breakthrough, where you have to run through a long open stretch of desert, well, you're going to want to make sure to take as much smoke with you as possible. And that is a nice thing about the medic class. Yes, it's got all these SMGs that can only be used at extreme close quarters, but you also have a smoke grenade launcher and you have smoke grenades. I generally run with both smoke grenades when I play the medic, and that'll allow you to cover, or rather close, as much distance between you and your enemies as possible, at which point this thing is going to absolutely dominate people. And if you're a smart player, good at flanking, good at taking the right opportunities, you're going to be able to just absolutely clean house with this weapon, and I've been having a blast with it ever since I unlocked it. This is definitely a contender for the best SMG in the game. Sure, the Tommy gun and Suomi command a pretty powerful performance in close quarters, and they can both be loaded with 50-round magazines if you're looking for something to clear out a squad. But those guns, I think, also have slightly slower rate of fires now, since the 5.2 update anyway. And that's going to make them feel a little bit different, a little bit less consistent. Having an extremely high rate of fire, even when not getting the high rate of fire upgrade for this one, does give you a more consistent feel. And it allows me to just feel like I can spray through smoke. I can aim it ahead and do a quick little burst and take somebody down. You get a better feel for how long it's going to take to kill your opponent and switch on to the next target. It's just such a good weapon for quickly peeking a corner, grabbing a kill, and darting back behind cover. That's something that got really difficult to do after the 5.2 update for quite a while. And you just kind of had to stand out there, sinking shot after shot after shot into your enemy, and maybe you'd get the kill, but you'd start taking too much fire from whoever else was out there and often not get back behind cover. This is not a weapon where that's going to happen. It is absolutely a blast for those quick little peeks, those quick little kills, and getting back behind cover. It makes me feel like I'm playing Battlefield 3 or something. That's just how quick and how enjoyable this gun is. Now, some of you might be wondering, like, did the Japanese actually have this SMG during World War II? Well, technically it did exist, but it was only produced in very, very small quantities, and there's not really much historical record of its actual use in combat. I believe it was distributed to certain units, but yeah, there just really wasn't a lot of them out there, so this was something that very few people actually saw in action. The weapon shoots the same caliber as the Type 14 or the Type 94 pistols did, which is a slightly larger than 8mm bullet diameter, similar to a 9mm in a sense, but with a little bit less power. Now, there's actually so little information about this weapon online that the actual designation of the gun, the Type 2A, gets confused all the time, and different websites seem to label it different things. In fact, there isn't really much record of the Japanese using A or B designations for these weapons at all. So yeah, that's where we are with the knowledge and information of this weapon. In real life, it's supposed to shoot 800 rounds per minute, despite the 1,000 rounds has been given in game, but that's totally fine with me. DICE is trying to balance their weapons against each other, and I can't complain because I absolutely love using this gun. I'd say for me right now, it is my favorite SMG in Battlefield 5. It's just fun. It's super fast firing, super quick killing. You feel crazy powerful in close quarters, and you can get there because the medic class has all the tools to do so. I highly recommend unlocking this weapon. It'll make you forget your 5.2 woes, and you'll just be enjoying tearing people up with this little 50-round SMG monster. Hopefully we'll see some more exciting weapons like this before the end of this Tides of War chapter. As always, guys, thanks for watching the review. If you enjoyed it, give me a like, and I'll catch you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.